Seniors, listen up. What if I told you there's a way to not just slow down muscle loss, but actually reverse it, even if you're in your 70s? You might be thinking sounds like a gimmick, and you'd be right to be skeptical of quick fixes. But this isn't about some magic pill. It's about a fundamental understanding of how our bodies work, backed by solid science. The silent crisis of aging. Sarcopenia. As we age, a significant challenge emerges. Sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. This isn't just about feeling a bit weaker. Sarcopenia is a major contributor to insulin resistance, increased risk of falls, frailty, and even a shorter lifespan. After age 50, we typically lose 3 to 8% of our muscle mass per decade, and this accelerates significantly after 60. It's a silent crisis. It's often overlooked, but its impact on our quality of life is profound. But here's the crucial point. This decline is not inevitable. Our bodies possess an incredible capacity for adaptation, even in our later years. With the right strategies, particularly in nutrition and exercise, we can not only halt muscle loss, but actively rebuild strength and vitality. Muscle. More than just movement. Before we dive into the how, let's reframe our understanding of muscle. Most of us think of muscle primarily for strength, balance, and mobility. While true muscle is also a vital metabolic organ, it plays a central role in regulating blood sugar. In fact, skeletal muscle is responsible for roughly 80% of post-meal glucose uptake. As we age, many of us experience declining insulin sensitivity, leading to insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and cognitive decline. One of the most effective defenses against this is maintaining and ideally increasing muscle mass. Studies have shown that individuals with higher muscle mass have a significantly lower risk of insulin resistance, regardless of age or BMI. Muscle helps control blood sugar, influences hormone signaling, and dictates how our bodies manage energy. Think of muscle as your body's metabolic reserve or a biological savings account. The more muscle you have, the greater your buffer against illness, injury, and the stresses of aging. This metabolic capital can be the difference between recovering independently after a health setback and needing significant assistance. Investing in your muscle health is investing in your future independence and resilience. The power of protein. Focusing on leucine. So, what's the nutritional cornerstone for combating muscle loss? Protein, specifically protein rich in the amino acid leucine. Leucine is the key amino acid that triggers muscle protein synthesis, the process by which our bodies build new muscle tissue. Think of it as the ignition switch for muscle growth. As we age, our muscles can become less responsive to the anabolic stimulus of amino acids. This is known as anabolic resistance. It means older adults need a higher dose and better quality of protein to achieve the same muscle-building response as younger individuals. Clinical research highlights certain protein sources as particularly effective. Whey protein isolate and eggs stand out. Whey protein is exceptional due to its high leucine content, delivering around 2.5 grams of leucine per 25 grams of protein, the threshold needed to optimally stimulate MPS in older adults. Eggs are not only nutrient-dense and easy to prepare, but also offer highly bioavailable protein with a beneficial leucine profile, making them an excellent choice for seniors. While plant-based proteins are valuable, most are lower in leucine and less bioavailable, meaning you'd need to consume larger quantities to hit the anabolic threshold. For muscle preservation, and particularly for overcoming anabolic resistance, aiming for 30 to 40 grams of high-quality protein per meal from sources like whey, eggs, fish, or poultry is a research-backed strategy. Practical tip. Many older adults underconsume protein at breakfast. Start your day with a significant anabolic signal. Consider a whey protein shake with milk or water, paired with a couple of boiled eggs or Greek yogurt. This front-loading of protein can significantly impact your daily muscle building. Anabolic resistance. Understanding and overcoming. Anabolic resistance is the blunted muscle-building response to dietary protein that comes with age. If a 25-year-old might effectively stimulate MPS with 20 grams of protein, a 70-year-old might need 35 to 40 grams for a comparable effect. This occurs due to factors like decreased muscle cell sensitivity to amino acids, reduced blood flow to muscle tissue after meals, and less efficient signaling through the mTOR pathway, which governs muscle synthesis. The good news? Anabolic resistance isn't a permanent state. It can be significantly improved or even reversed through a combination of strategic nutrition and mechanical loading or resistance exercise. Studies show that resistance exercise prior to protein consumption significantly enhances the anabolic response, making the muscle tissue more receptive to amino acids. The exercise acts as a priming signal. Think of it this way. Resistance training provides the signal, and protein provides the building blocks. Without the signal, the protein has nowhere to go. Without the building blocks, the muscle has nothing to build. Actionable insight. If you're consuming protein but not engaging in muscle stimulation, you might be missing out on a significant portion of its benefit. Even small, consistent bouts of resistance training can make a huge difference. Resistance training, the essential blueprint. If protein is the raw material, then resistance training is the blueprint, the essential signal that tells your body to preserve and build muscle. Without this signal, especially as we age, our bodies are prone to catabolism, the gradual breakdown of tissue that isn't being used. This is why a sedentary lifestyle as we age is so detrimental. Our bodies actively dismantle what isn't challenged. Numerous studies confirm the power of resistance training, particularly when combined with adequate protein intake to improve lean body mass and functional strength in older adults. These aren't just cosmetic gains. They translate to real-world benefits like reduced fall risk, improved walking speed, better balance, and fewer hospitalizations. And here's the encouraging part. It doesn't take extreme measures. Studies have shown substantial increases in strength and muscle size from just 15 to 20-minute sessions per week of basic resistance exercises like chair squats, wall push-ups, or step-ups. Consistency and challenging your muscles, even modestly, are more important than heavy weights or complex routines. Simple framework for beginners. Twice per week, aim for 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions for each exercise. Exercises: chair squats, wall push-ups, resistance band rows, step-ups. Tempo: control the movement 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down. Progression: once an exercise feels easy, increase repetitions, slow the tempo further, or add light resistance. Even with joint pain or mobility limitations, modifications are possible. Seated exercises, water-based resistance training, or isometric holds are all effective. The goal is to engage muscle fibers to promote growth and preserve function. Your muscles don't know your age. They only respond to tension. When that tension signal stops, your body assumes you no longer need the muscle. Protein timing and distribution. Maximizing muscle growth. It's not just about how much protein you eat in a day, but how you distribute it across your meals. A common pattern is a light breakfast, a moderate lunch, and a protein-heavy dinner. While the total daily protein intake might be sufficient, this skewed distribution can be problematic, especially for older adults. Remember the leucine threshold? To optimally stimulate MPS, you need about 2.5 grams of leucine per meal, which typically translates to 30 to 40 grams of high-quality protein. When you fall below this at a meal, your body might use the protein for other processes, but you won't get the full muscle-building benefit. Studies have shown that individuals who distribute their protein evenly across 3 meals experience significantly greater muscle preservation and growth compared to those who front-load or back-load their protein. This is because you re-giving your body multiple opportunities throughout the day to initiate the muscle-building process. Ideal protein distribution example: breakfast, 25 to 30 g protein. 30 to 35 grams protein. Dinner, 35 to 40 grams protein. It's also important to address the persistent myth that high protein intake harms kidney function. For healthy individuals, even older adults, there is no credible evidence that protein intakes up to 1.6 to 2 grams per kilogram of body weight per day impair kidney function. The real danger for aging populations is often insufficient protein intake, especially given the anorexia of aging, a natural reduction in appetite that can occur with age. Prioritizing protein at every meal becomes even more critical. Muscle mass, a predictor of longevity and health span. Ultimately, all these strategies converge on one critical point. Muscle isn't just about movement or metabolism. It's one of the strongest predictors we have of long-term survival and health span. Health span is the length of time you live free of disease, disability, and dependency. Quality years where you maintain your independence and vitality. Large-scale studies consistently show that higher skeletal muscle mass is a powerful, independent predictor of both health span and longevity. Individuals with greater muscle mass tend to have lower all-cause mortality, independent of BMI or other health factors. Those with lower muscle mass and strength are significantly more likely to develop functional limitations. The message is clear. Losing muscle is not an unavoidable part of aging. It's a consequence of disuse and undernourishment. And unlike genetics, which we can't change, muscle is highly modifiable. It responds to input, reflecting our behaviors. It's an area where our efforts directly impact our outcomes. Think of muscle as your body's ultimate reserve for glucose regulation, for locomotion, for immune resilience, and for injury recovery. And the more muscle you retain, the better equipped your body is to withstand illness, stress, and physical trauma. A biological buffer, a kind of savings account that pays dividends in your later years. Your challenge. Start today. We began by asking if one food could reverse muscle loss in seniors. Well, it's not just one food. It's a system built on synergistic pillars. 1. Muscle is metabolic. It's vital for overall health, not just movement. 2. Leucine-rich protein is essential. High-quality sources like whey and eggs stimulate muscle protein synthesis, particularly important with age-related anabolic resistance. 3. Anabolic resistance can be overcome. Proper protein dosing combined with resistance training can reignite muscle building. 4. Resistance training is non-negotiable. It provides the crucial signal for muscle preservation and growth. 5. Protein timing and distribution matter. Evenly distributing protein throughout the day maximizes anabolic response. 6. Muscle mass predicts health span. It's a powerful, modifiable lever for a longer, healthier life. None of these strategies require extreme measures. They're about consistent, informed action. Your challenge for the next 7 days. Asterisk, add one resistance-based movement to your routine 3 times this week. Pair it with 30 grams of high-quality protein after your session or with your main meal. You'll start feeling stronger, but more importantly, you'll be actively rewiring your physiology, shifting from decline to growth, from potential fragility to enhanced capacity. Aging is inevitable, but significant muscle loss isn't. You have more agency than you might realize. The ability to build strength and reverse muscle loss is still within your reach, no matter your age. If this message resonates with you and you believe in evidence-based tools for long-term health, please consider subscribing to MedWise. We're building a community focused on health span over hype, strength over shortcuts, and science over fear. Share your commitment in the comments below. What S1 change you'll make this week to protect your strength and independence? And if you found this valuable, please give it a like and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Let's embark on this journey toward a longer, stronger life together.